Too many noises. What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. Yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new messages, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is put the title on every video. Once you put the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video and make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, all right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what do my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get the notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. All right. So, with that being said, you know how we get down on this channel. We talk about the best of the best. All right. We got bank methods, we got bank scams, we got dark web gems. We got a lot going on in today's world. There's a lot of people out there looking to get into this world because there's a lot of people out there that's trying to make fast cash. Ever since COVID-19, scams and fraud have been up 600 to 800%. And due to social media, people have been seeing this for the past 6 years, and you become brainwashed, and people become getting different situations. And a lot of people don't want to get jobs. A lot of people don't want to sell their body. A lot of people don't want to sell narcotics. So they resort to the last option. And what is the last option? What they see all day, every day on social media. This right here. People flashing money, showing money, talking about this scam, this long, this low, that low, this glitch, that glitch. A lot of different things. Now, a lot of people are brainwashed. A lot of people are lost. A lot of people out there are have the wrong information in their head, and they believe this information what makes them not really understand what's going on. So first of all, when it comes to scams and fraud, a lot of people think everything is a scam and everybody is a scammer. No, just like on a basketball team, you got five different people who are contributing to do one thing. It's the same thing. So you got hackers, you got fraudsters, and you got scammers. Scammers are people who social engineer, manipulate, trick a victim, somebody into sending or giving their own money. That's a scam. That's what scammers do. Fraud is when somebody utilizes somebody else's information to obtain revenue. You turned off the heater? No. It just went off? Yeah. It's probably overheating. Um, Turn it off. Um, don't unplug it. Turn it on. You gotta check. Here's in there. They basically utilize other people's money to generate or get revenue. Hackers are people who basically steal information, compromise different database servers to get information. Three different people did three different things, three different jobs in the same world. So people got to understand everybody and everything is not a scam. So people are starting to find loopholes in this world to do a lot of different things. But a lot of people don't understand there's different levels of this. You got your lower level, you got middle level, and you got your high level. Now you got scams that deal with banks, of course, and there's a lot of different methods that people put it to you like this. It's a lot of different methods that do the same thing, but they do them in a different way. A lot of people always ask me about hacking, compromising, dark web, Kelly Linux, and things like that. What does it do, and things like that. And I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, everything the world works off technology, and people don't understand that. People want to see all these different people saying this method, that method, but at the end of the day, everything works off technology. You need technology to be able to cash a check. You need technology to be able to utilize a debit and credit card. You need technology to be able to transfer money from Cash App to Cash App, Venmo to Venmo, Chime to Chime, bank account to bank account. Everything works off technology. So at the end of the day, things that are based off technology that are in the matrix world are the methods that are more profitable for fraudsters and scammers, because everything is based off technology. People don't understand that. We use technology every day. Our cell phones, our computers, our cars, the traffic lights, everything is in this world is ran off technology. And by everything being run off technology, technology can be compromised at the end of the day, because servers, databases are all coded. It's all code. So you're basically commanding something to do something. And that's what everything is. A phone, a website, you name it. Everything is coded to do something. So our phones are coded to text message, email, do all these different special things. Websites are coded to be able to do this and do that. So a lot of people don't understand how important, how valuable technology is. Now, a lot of people ask me all the time, so what is Kelly Linux? Why is Kelly Linux? Why do a lot of people use Kelly Linux? Like, what is so special about Kelly Linux? Well, Kelly Linux is a free and open source that the Banks-based Linux distribution specifically designed for digital forensics, penetration testing, and security auditing. So if you can audit a security database on a website, if you can penetrate a website, a server, a database, that's what Kelly Linux is allowing somebody to do. And a lot of people utilize this for good reasons. Like, you might need to penetrate a database to see if their security database is strong enough. Somebody might be and with the security auditing too, creating a stronger database or security database for a business or a company or a server. But by you being able to penetrate and get into different databases, it's like this. So let's say it's a you in a field, and it's dividing this one field is a barrier, a grass barrier that you got to get through, but it's still one field. So you get through this grass barrier, it's still the same field, but on this other side, you have a lot of different options that you can do, but you don't have to do them. But they're there just because you got through this grass barrier, and that's what it is when people are utilizing Kelly Linux. They're getting through that grass barrier, and there's so many different options on the other side of that grass barrier. You got brute force. You got people that are utilizing different hacking techniques and tools and protocols. Just a lot of different things on the other side of that grass barrier. So key features that uses Kelly Linux's pre-installed tools includes over 600 security tools, Wireshark, Metaspoke, and Map ready for immediate use, meaning that these different tools, these different security data, over 600 security databases and tools will allow any hacker, anybody who knows how to utilize it, to be able to compromise and get into any type of system, server, or database. Then they got the target audience. So primarily aimed for penetration testers, ethical hackers, and security professionals. So like I told you, this was designed for ethical hackers, penetration testers, and security professionals. So all these things were created to be able to do those things. But like I said, if this is able to do that, you're seeing, how can I see? I want y'all to really understand it. They're not expecting you to do anything on the black hat side. Basically, put it like that. So all these things are available, but they're not expecting somebody to utilize these things in a negative way. So you go in that grass barrier, and all these different options are is on that side, but they're not expecting you to utilize that because it's for ethical hackers. So you got versatile development. So it can be installed laptops and desktops. You can put Kelly Links on laptops and desktops, run it live through a USB, utilize in virtual machines, VMware, VirtualBox, and run a cloud, AUS and Azure. So platform support available for x64 AMR, the Raspberry Pi, and Windows subsystem for Linux. All right, so you can also customize the your porch and things like that when it comes to Kelly Linux. Now, why am I talking about Kelly Linux? Why am I talking about this right here, right? I'm talking about Kelly Linux because a lot of people out there are wonder how do hackers steal passwords? How do they get into different sites, different servers to steal passwords? And scammers use Kelly Linux as an attacker headquarters when they're basically doing these different type of tricks. And because it comes pre-installed with hundreds of tools designed for penetration testing and information gathering, they're able to basically utilize the brute force attack. And basically the brute force attack is basically a command that somebody will use to basically narrow down all the password that can be possibly what it is. And then once you get that list, then you narrow down that list. And once you get that list, then you narrow it down till it gets the actual password to whatever you're trying to get. So while these tools are intended for security professionals, scammers purpose them for malicious activities, like I just explained. So, social engineering and phishing. Scammers use these tools like a social engineering toolkit, all right? Or so like the set or the Safari to create the fake, realistic looking login pages for services like Microsoft Outlook or WhatsApp. When a victim enters their credentials into these fake forms, the scammer harvests them in a real time. So basically, when people get these text messages or whatever, like log into your bank account or do this and that, or you can just click on the site, their phone might be compromised. The information in their phone, or by them entering their information, that information might be compromised. Now, like I was just talking to you guys about the brute force attacks. All right, so tools like Hydra and Medusa allow scammers to perform automated computer assisted guesswork. They use software to rapidly try thousands of common passwords to directly passwords or dictionary words until they find a match for the suspected username, like I just explained to you guys. So brute force is definitely a common way that hackers utilize to find passwords utilizing Kelly Linux. So password cracking. If a scammer obtains a database of encrypted passwords, hashes, they use this tool like John the Reaper or Hashcat on Kelly Linux to crack them. These tools compare the stolen hashes against millions of possible plain text passwords to reveal the original credentials. Easy as that. Like everything is based off computer work. Computers are very you can command a computer to do whatever that you want. You can command these servers to do whatever that you want to do. And you basically command it to find a password for this email, it's going to do that, which is because we are typing these passwords in computers, and once we do, they're going now in the server. And it don't matter what it is. Once you enter your password and your username in your computer, your that information is now in a broadband of millions of servers. So anybody can find that just by having that email address or just by searching. So it gets real out here. So credential harvesting via malware. Scammers can use Kelly Links to package and deploy information stealers like spyware. These programs run secretly in the background, capturing usernames and passwords as you type them and sending the data back into the attacker. So, yeah, it gets real when it comes to the malware. And people use malware to do ATM jackpots and cash app glitches and a lot of different methods out here to basically control the system, to command the system to do things that it wants it to do. So man in the middle attacks. All right. So by using network analyzers like Wireshark and Better Cap, scammers on the shared network like public Wi-Fi can intercept encrypted data packets. This allows them to sniff out login credentials that are being transmitted over the network. So basically, when people are like in what's that store called, Starbucks, and people are just sitting there drinking the coffee or the lattes or the vanilla cheese, and they just doing some work on their laptops, they more than likely gonna hook onto that free laptop, or I mean free laptop, free Wi-Fi at the airport, things like that. And what hackers do is they basically create the Wi-Fi network. So they might say free Wi-Fi, free airport Wi-Fi, free enter whatever Wi-Fi, and people gonna click on that. And by people clicking on that, their phone is now being compromised. The information on that phone is not being compromised because that's a malicious link. That Wi-Fi is basically stealing your frequency, your waves, your signals, your service, your database, your all that information that's being provided when it comes to that. So a lot of people wonder and ask, like, how do hackers steal passwords? And it's a lot of different tactics and methods that they use to steal passwords. Ghost tapping. I mean, not ghost tapping. Spoof calling, that's one way. You got this method. Use so many different methods that people utilize to steal information and passwords and usernames. And at the end of the day, at the end of this scam, it's always a victim. So with that being said, it's all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware. Make sure you guys are getting your Northern Lifeline to monitor all your financial and social media accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on, and to monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there floating around for anybody to buy and get anything in your name and you become a victim. So make sure you guys are getting your Northern Lifeline. Also, make sure you guys are freezing your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, so nobody can get anything in your name, not even you. No loans, credit cards, lines of credits, no apartments, no cars, no nothing. All right, so freeze them credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. How do you do that? Just type in freeze, TransUnion, freeze, Equifax, freeze, Experian. Y'all be acting like y'all can't do nothing. There you go. Also, make sure you get new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. All right, we use these cards so much and we use them for so long and never get new ones. And there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack, and you never know if your information will be on there because we just use them so much. We travel, use them. So by you get new cards with new information, it's a fresh start, and that old information will no longer be valid. So if it was a compromise, leaked, or hacked, it won't work, and you'll be good. All right. So make sure you guys are staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all are living in, because it's getting real and realer. And if you're not aware of what's going on, you could potentially become a victim. But if you are, you'll see the red flags and keep yourself safe. Right. So with that being said, be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all are living in. Shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke. Let's get to work. FaceTime 101 unlimited gems are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the in-person limited gems, the crypto tour, 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month-long mentorship, $1,000. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network and World in Discord. Make sure y'all still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, IGs, TikToks, Discord, Snapchat. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world, because it's changing people's lives, and make sure y'all get in where y'all fit in with these lows. All right, 120 and up, Cash App, Bitcoin payments, send them screenshots when y'all ready, and we're gonna go from there. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down at the end of these videos. I will see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.